It's baby. Today has been a whole ass fucking mess. Okay, today's been wild. Okay. Hey guys, it's back to another video. I came to the clap part because I'm still distraught from what's going on today. The blogs have been running wild. YouTube streets have been running wild. Everybody been covering the story. The only reason I even jumped on as soon as it got on there because bitch I was at work and it's all the YouTube streets going off on this video. So first and foremost, all the tea you're getting today is from Nosy Ho Live. Shout out to the mermaid. Shout out to Nosy Ho Live. She broke the story today because she was able to get an interview with the alleged victim that was R word, I can't say the word, that was sexually assaulted by Kenneth Petty. So as obviously we know, today Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, has been getting in the blogs today because the alleged victim has been talking and giving her side of the story. Now, what I've heard was that this original video was posted last year on Facebook and it was taken down. And originally, this young lady, Jennifer, she was interviewed by Candace from Daytime Tea Time. Shout out Daytime Tea Time. And so, first it was a 12-minute video on YouTube that sparked up, and no one caught it immediately. But then today, Nosy got a hold of the young lady and she spoke. Now I'm gonna plug in, not the whole thing, obviously, because it was 2 hours long, and that's not my credit. That's all to Nosy. I did about 8 minutes of it. I'm about to post it now so you can get a gist of it. I'm going to leave Nosy's link in the description box below so you can watch the full thing. It's 2 hours long. I mean, everybody and mama talked about it today. You had Lovely Tea, you had Candace Daytime, you had Camille's Corner, Jovi Beauty, and so many other blogs. Lovely Tea as well, having just taken the story, giving their perspective. And it's just crazy how, knowing that this is already into the courts and how Kenneth is no longer being taken by the state, is now in the federal court. So now, all because of him not being able to register as a sex offender in California when he moved with Nicki, now this thing is going ballistic. So here we go.
To me, we got you on here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi. Sunday
Hi.
Grace tried to join, but for some reason it's saying that you're not connected, Sunday Grace. So you're going to have to try to do it again. Okay, go ahead. What do you want to say?
Well, as far as Sunday Grayson is concerned, she's supposed to be my cousin. She's correct. Her grandmother did raise me. Hence, in my video, when I said that I wasn't raised with my mother had nothing to do with this case. So yes, Sunday Grayson is correct. Her grandmother did raise me and she raised my mother. Now, as far as what her beef is she feels like I shouldn't speak about it. Why? Because she was in New York hanging with that nigga before he met up with Nicki. She was living
say
with
that again?
yes,
Who was hanging with him?
Sunday Grayson. She was living with his children's mother when all of this broke out.
Mother? Kenneth Petty's children's mother?
Right. She was living with Kenneth Petty's children's mother when all of this broke out. So to see her in the comments, not only is she in the comments talking shit, but she's giving my name. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, number one, so when this first came out, she was cool with hooking me up with a lawyer. She was cool with asking me for a house and a car. She's the one who told me about all of this when it first started. When Kenny first got with Nicki, I knew nothing about it because I wasn't on social media like that. I'm not a big, star base. Like, I don't care to follow stars or whatever have you. She's the one who called me and said, "Are you sitting down?" I'm like, "Yeah, why? What's up?" She was like, "Oh, well, Kenny's in the Kenny and Nicki, they're together now and they're talking about you in social media. They're talking about you and what he did to you." And it was cool for her to hook me up with a lawyer in the beginning when all of this first hit the surface. But because now she's up in New York, she's hanging out with Nicki Minaj's best friend. She's hanging out with people in the neighborhood who are associated with Kenny and Nicki. So now she wants me to shut up. Now she wants me to be quiet. So for her to speak, I didn't say nothing negative about her grandmother. I can speak about what happened to me in that household.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as far as speaking negative about her family, I haven't said anything negative about her family. So I don't even know why she's in the comments. This happened to me. She wasn't around when this happened to me. I'm older than her. This happened to me when I was 16. And when she was 14, she wasn't living in New York.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now that she's an adult and she's hanging out with these people, this nigga just took her. He took her to the train stop just before all of this hit the surface, just before he hooked up with Nicki for Thanksgiving and all that. She was hanging out with these people.
She's on the line now. I'm about to add you in, Sunday Grace, and I'm just gonna hear her first. So, and somebody named Sunday Gracious is in the comments, Mermaj, trying to join this live. If you see them, please block them. Also, if you see this victim's name mentioned anywhere, please remove it. Don't block Sunday Grayson, but remove her name, please. So you're saying that Kenneth Petty took her to the train?
Yeah, she was hanging out with these niggas. She was hanging out with all of them.
And that's why she's now coming at you about
this. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? First of all, people wouldn't have even been able to tie me and her as family if she wasn't up in New York running her mouth.
Was that Kenneth Petty that I see in her video?
Okay.
Oh, no, it wasn't. Sunday Grayson, you're on here. Hello. Sunday Grayson, you got to get some service.
Hello. Now I don't know how. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
See, I don't even do this. I usually don't do this, but I'm just sick of the lies. We're talking about somebody that's delusional, super delusional. I grew up in a house with her. Jennifer, let me tell you something, homegirl. My grandmother's spirit and your mother had the spirit. I know they're so upset with you right now. You're going too far. When I called you, you're right. I did call you and let you know what was going on. I had no idea you was going to use it as an excuse to go and try to get you a bag. You need to cut it out. You really need to before you get yourself hurt out here, homegirl. Like, by who?
By who? By who? Bahu, you're the only one spreading. You are the only one spreading the news about me getting hurt.
Okay, hold on for a second. Sunday.
That you already told me. Jennifer, did you forget that you already told me that Kenny was your man and that you were upset that what happened to you?
How much did they pay you, Sharon? How much did they pay you, Sharon? How much did they pay you, Sharon? How much did they pay you? How much did they pay you? It must be nice going to New York Fashion Week, right? It must be nice going to all those things that you've been going to, that you've had privilege and access to. Correct? Correct?
New York Fashion Week for her hair like that?
Listen, look, okay? It just so happened that you're hanging out with all of these fucking people and you feel like you're special now. How about you go take care of your kids, Sharon? How about that? How about that? How about you go take care of your kids? Almost 40 fucking years old, and you have, listen, you can't tell my story. You can't tell my fucking story because you wasn't there. 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 Listen, how are you bring it? Listen, first of all, let's stick to the subject at hand. Let's stick to the subject at hand. Let's stick to the subject at hand. We're talking about Kenneth Petty. We're not talking about Inwood Street. We're not talking about the house that I grew up in. We're talking about this nigga, the nigga that you've been running with, the nigga whose ass you've been so all up his ass. Wasn't you living with his baby mother Chanel? Wasn't you posting pictures on fucking social media? Fuck this nigga when you thought you was gonna fucking get paid? Get the fuck out of here. You are irrelevant. You are irrelevant. And if I fucking see you on the street, you can mark my words. I'ma whoop your motherfucking ass. How about that?
Okay, Sunday Grayson. Sunday. I had to mute you.
Look,
I had to mute
you look like trash. Who house you living in now?
Fashion week with her.
Who house you living in now? Who couch you sleeping on?
Everybody that knows me know I go get my own cake. So
Who couch you sleeping on? Who couch you sleeping on?
Are you serious?
Who couch you sleeping on? Who couch you sleeping on?
Where's your baby, sweetheart?
With me. You want to see? You want to see my daughter? You want to see? Let me explain something to you. I got 3 fucking grown kids. 3 grown kids, and my little baby is right fucking here. What? I got my kids. You mad? You mad because Donna had my daughter and not your fucking kids? Where your kids at? The fuck out of here. You can't tell my story. You can't tell my story. You can't fucking tell my story because it happened to me. And yeah, I was raped in your house, in your grandmother's house. I was molested from the age of fucking 4 up until I fucking left in your grandmother's house. You right. By your Uncle Terry. I was raped by him from fucking 6 to 13, and your fucking sister molested me too. Now, you want to talk about some shit? Let's talk about that. I was a light-skinned girl being abused in your fucking house. Yeah, that was me. And when Kenny's parents came to the house and fucking lied and said that I was with that nigga, I ain't never been with that nigga. Ever. You can't tell my story. You can't speak for me. You can't speak for me. You can't speak for me. No, I do have family. I do have family.
Point blank, period. You can say what you want to say.
Yo, go brush your teeth. Go wash your face. Go wash your face.
Okay.
Go clean your face. Go clean your face. Go clean your face. Fuck out of here.
Sunday Grayson, I'm gonna have to mute you.
Yo, you just want to be relevant. You want to be relevant. You don't usually do this. Bitch, get out the comments. Hang the fuck up.
All right,
get some service.
Let me mute.
Now, my perspective on it. Now, this is all alleged because we were not there. I definitely was not there. Oh my God. When they speak about the year by being September 1994, bitch, I was born in July. So, bitch, I wasn't even thought of yet. Okay. So I was like, oh my God, to imagine how 1994 was back then. But here's my thing. Do I believe her? I don't know. Obviously, everybody's listening to the story. Everybody believes her, X, Y, Z. Why I can only say allegedly, and I'm not entirely sure, because if you go into the court documents, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't really match up. First of all, the age thing doesn't match up because they said that Jennifer was 16 and Kenneth was 15 when this happened. And then if you hear in Nosey's interview with Jennifer, she said they were both 15. So it's like a Megan Thee Stallion thing where you get bits and pieces of the story that are true, but you don't know the full thing. But I'm never going to discredit a victim who's gone through sexual assault because I've never been sexually assaulted. So I don't know how that feels. I don't know how the psyche gets involved and, how traumatic the experience is. Jennifer talked about how her cousin was actually very much in tune with Nicki Minaj and Kenneth and how she started hanging out with them in New York and this, that, and the third. And so I feel like the cousin is doing too much for me personally because now you want to make it seem like Jennifer's story is not something to listen to. At least acknowledge that this girl is a victim, okay? We are in the trope right now of protecting the Black woman, which should always be a thing. I don't think it's anything Megan Thee Stallion to turn that into, the pledge for 2020, okay? And this is not about Megan, obviously, but I'm bringing it into the account just for the sake of the fact that, there's so many stories of Black women, not even just this year, but, every damn year, all 365 days of the year, back in history, where they're just not being protected at all. It just seems like when a Black woman is being tortured, terrorized, and victimized, that they don't get the respect and, the same courtesy of being heard and being believed as I can't say the word Caucasian woman, a white woman, where you tell the police your story and then boom, they automatically go run the feds out and get everybody and their mamas involved. Was a Black woman, you have to question if it's true. Like, why would you have to question a woman who's going through something like that? Now, granted, there is many cases where a lot of men who get, put into the mix who had nothing to do with it but get falsely accused. And how many times we've seen where, you know, we could bring the Central Park Five into this, where none of them touched a woman that said she got raped, but they all served jail time. You know, it is very, 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 very sensitive stuff like this, where you can't just put the blame on anybody, okay? But once again, I'm not going to take anything with Jennifer. You know, she was crying. You can tell that, you know, just something happened, okay? Doesn't even discredit. Something happened, okay? This girl has been sexually assaulted, and you know, Kenneth's trial date is next year, February. And, you know, there's been cases where someone has been, you know, a woman has been sexually assaulted by a man, and especially in the industry where, you know, people are famous and got the money to spend, and all of a sudden it goes right under the radar. It gets washed away and no one knows anything about it. So I'm not going to say anything from that woman at all. But again, this is another thing where the courts need to decide if this really happened or not. The only thing I'm kind of skeptical about, and of course I understand for her privacy that she's not shown her face. However, with stuff like this, especially how sensitive it is, you do need to see the victim's face. You need to see and read how they've gone through something, so you know exactly how to feel when you see them talk. Because again, you can get misconstrued from seeing a blank face and you don't know with the emotion behind it, because you can't see the person when they're speaking, and a lot of social cues to people lying and stuff. So I'm not saying nothing from Jennifer. All I'm gonna say is, when February comes around, and depending on who believes it or not, you know, because again, this story's gonna surface around, and you know, the blogs are picking up on Nicki Minaj. So take for it what you will. Okay, I'm speaking from as a man's perspective who, you know, doesn't know how that feels, but you can never tell a black woman that she can't feel victimized or not, you know, speak for herself, because it's fucked up, okay? But like, comment, subscribe to this video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.